Our next guest runs a retail company that owns the Payless brand, among some others. And here to give us his thoughts on how this holiday season is shaping up, and for the latest on his own company's expansion and dealings, we're joined by Matthew Rubel. He's the CEO of Collective Brands. Thank you so much for coming in and joining us in studio. The big headline of the morning is unemployment still high, double digits, but down to 10% instead of 10.2. Are you hiring right now?
Well, we always have a hiring at the holiday time period, but at our corporate offices, no, we're not really in an expansive mode right now, other than we are redeploying some people into our international ventures where we are growing very nicely.
Here at home, employment is seen as the linchpin for what drives whether or not a consumer goes ahead and makes a purchase. Given the unemployment number today, has that changed your outlook at all for the consumer in your stores?
Well, we really don't see the unemployment numbers changing anything dramatically over the next 12 months and haven't expected that now for quite some time. And without that employment number changing, you're not going to really see an increase in consumer demand.
Okay. When you see the consumer right now in your stores, we heard this week from a number of retailers on the chain store sales report front, and it seemed that consumer traffic was up, but the amount that consumers were spending in stores was not. What are you experiencing at Collective Brands? Well,
basically, if you look at it in aggregate, they're going for either the deal or they're going for something that's high quality and innovative. At Sperry Topsider, we are really seeing our sales accelerate dramatically on really some of the more innovative and exciting things that we're doing there with technology, with anti-shock and vibration shoes, and some of the things that we're doing to introduce novelty into some of our core items. At Saucony, which is the best technical running shoe in the world, we've introduced new technologies both in footwear and in apparel, and those things are selling out. So it's not really just about price, it's about innovation and newness or price.
Giving the consumer that extra inspiration to possibly spend what they can. Are you still seeing, though, consumers shy away from some of the more premium products? I know that Stride Rite division has been highlighted as an area of weakness within the umbrella of brands for you.
Well, only in the Stride Rite children's area where we've had some things where we've had some pricing challenges and have actually adjusted that and started to see our business normalize in that area. So and in the innovative products where we'll do things with Super Balls or Slimers and things that kids just absolutely adore, there's really no price resistance. So when you get down to a commodity item, then there's price resistance and they think twice about the second item.
One of the questions that has started, the conversations that started to bubble up within the retail world is the price of production has gone down for many, manufacturing costs have come down. That may have helped out gross margins a bit, but there's still the question of what the price is going to be to the consumer right now. Where is your price structure in relation to last year and 2 years ago?
Well, we have actually changed and slowed the rate of growth in price increases in what we've done throughout all of our brands. And we have used what we've gotten in price reductions to start to pass on better values to our consumer, while at the same time making sure that we have enough to support appropriate gross margins. And we did have record gross margins in the third quarter that we just reported. So we do have solid gross margin, but the general aggregate demand is different and it's lower, so you have to have that gross margin to cover those fixed overheads that are in place.
That gross margin was up, what, 1.4%?
That is correct.
That's right. So do you, when you look at the question of inflation, when do you see yourself feeling a little bit more comfortable about how much the consumer can spend if they can start to spend a little bit more? Where does employment have to be?
Well, inflation is something that is a little bit of a double-edged sword. You know, while it will cause, you know, a given item to end up costing more, and if a person needs the item, then they quote-unquote spend more, but it may come through. We have to worry about the dollar, the strength of the dollar, our ability to purchase goods at good prices and bring that same value back, because we will scare the consumer if inflation comes too fast without job recovery. Job recovery is key. It's really what's going to drive this economy.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us, and good luck this Christmas season.